So we're in Tiger today, which is where I grew up, going to look at some hidden treasures. Old guy named Joe passed away a couple years ago, and his stuff just came out of probate. And a buddy of mine named Troy is going to let us take a look at all the treasures that Joe collected. And I believe they're over here somewhere. But this is going to be a great opportunity. And this is happening a lot lately. Guys that collected this stuff are getting up in their 80s and stuff. And it's sad, but they do pass away. And a lot of times their stuff just gets sold off and nobody gets to see everything that they worked so hard to collect. This is a rare opportunity where we're actually going to see everything before it gets sold off. So here's my buddy Troy up here, and we're going to go look and see what we got here. They're going around to open it now. Yeah, right here in Tiger, where I grew up. Moved here when I was 7 years old, 1970. Uh-oh, people are going to be able to do the math on that.
Don't get complaining.
Yeah? No sense complaining. Ain't that the truth?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Does that swing to the inside or the outside?
Yeah, we swing to the outside here.
Alright.
Swinging that great. Yeah. Not swinging that great. We got to be like some tape. A lot of editing. Gotta pick up on it.
Oh,
you don't want to drag it.
That.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I'm picking it up. Yeah.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, how are
Jamie's
you?
going to do a little filming. Anyways, I'm Rick.
Rick?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
This is Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi.
I'm just going to do some filming just so we can kind of see everything that your dad collected and stuff while it's all together. And
Yeah. We opened the building up here.
And this is my sister, Trina.
Trina, how you doing?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rick.
Hi, Rick.
This is
Hi,
Jamie.
Trina.
Hi, Jamie.
Nice to
We're
meet
going to
you.
make you guys a little DVD too to kind of show everything and
Oh, that would
hopefully
be
get you guys to
great.
explain a little bit about Joe and some of the things that he collected.
Okay. Rod's a little under the weather today. His back is, he's several back surgery.
Maybe that's why they came up with that expression, under the weather, because my stepfather, I notice whenever it's cloudy or damp out, his bones and
allergy.
everything start hurting
Yeah,
him.
sure.
Oh, looky there.
That's that one I showed, the first one that I showed you on
Yeah.
that picture there. It's got a cloud on it.
Wait a minute, your mics are all stacked on. They'll come on.
Wow. Oh, so he actually put work into his stuff.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
This is the only one is Betsy Sue 23, 1923?
Betsy Sue?
Yeah,
26.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. He got, this was his very first car. Do you want me to take over here for a minute?
You go ahead, Hank. You might
This was the very first car that he collected, okay? And he bought this when he was 10 years old, okay?
Wow.
He was in Multnomah Village, and his mother used to give him so many cents every day to buy lunch.
Yeah.
Well, he would go down to the to Multnomah, and he would buy like some cheap malt or whatever, and he would save like 10 cents every single day.
Yeah?
Well, there was a guy that was getting drafted into World War II. That day and was getting shipped out the next day, and he had a Model T out there parked on the road, and he'd sell it to Joe for $5.
$5. He bought his car for $5?
When he was 10 years old, okay? And he had to stash it at his buddy's house because his dad would get so pissed at him, he couldn't take it home.
Yeah.
So he had it stashed at his buddy's house until his dad found out. And then the day that he brings it home, then he goes right through his mother's hedge and everything else. Oh, look at the spider webs. God dang, Rod, we gotta get all those off of there.
But
It's like an old hand crank and a...
Yeah, but it starts up though with a, and then you don't have to use a crank anymore. And but this was the very first one that he acquired, and he named it Betsy Sue. And this is the only one, also though, that he got pretty much in the condition that it's in. He redid the top and stuff. But
So it was pretty much like this when
Yes.
you got it?
No. When he got this thing, he had to sand it all down and paint it. And,
well, yeah, but this one was a lot more. All the rest of them were like from ground zero up.
Pieces
You know,
and
this
This one
one
didn't have
was.
a motor in it when he got it.
What?
Didn't have a motor in it when he got it.
When that guy sold it to him?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was parked out on the road. Well, anyway, I don't know then.
Well, parked out on the road back then didn't mean a lot of things
Yeah.
back in those days.
But anyway,
beautiful.
all the rest of them though were like, you know, like that or worse. Like the one that
This is classic though.
Yeah.
This is that last time.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he used to take pictures, and I hope I can find him when he would start on a car. It'd be looking like that, you know, and then the picture when he was pretty much all done with it, you know.
Completely done.
Was done.
Is this the configuration that this was in when it was new? Is it an actual?
Yeah, this is featured.
Yeah, this is-
1913 or 1916 Indianapolis
But it
500.
is a speedster.
Yeah.
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 That's neat.
I rode in this one.
Yeah.
I rode in this one. I rode in the wrecker. But anyway, you're wanting to see that
Depot
wrecker in there,
hack.
aren't you?
Depot hack. That's what they call these.
Yeah, that one's
Depot
it's
hacks
a
are
vegetable
hucksters.
wagon.
Yeah. And they had roll-up curtains.
Yeah, canvas curtains on the side. They call them vegetable wagons back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can reach around there and turn on the light on the right. Oops. Our old snow thing, huh?
Up for the roof.
Yeah.
That's pretty heavy.
Yeah, his grandpa made up these things to pull the snow off the. I don't know how. Troy,
Is that the only light back
making
here?
sure that nobody's.
Is that the only light back there?
Except there's a plug. Oh no, we took it out of there. The problem is,
Why don't you give me the key, Rod? I'll open the back door so we get some light on.
with the key.
Anyway, you want to get around here?
No, just here, just bolt.
Anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
inside,
everything
okay.
needs
Yeah,
to be
totally
washed up and
inside.
stuff, but this one is a beautiful one.
Yeah.
It's a 1918 touring.
But I think we used.
1918.
Yeah.
And
Did Joe take these out and drive them?
Yeah, he's got this
Yeah.
one out, and
Yeah.
this one here, this is a tow truck. This is all original. The tow rigging back there and stuff like that, people that have knowledge about these Model Ts and stuff like that, they're just amazed at the packaging. It's all
I
original.
didn't know our tire was flat there, Rod.
2-ton Weaver auto
Our
crane.
tire's flat there.
Oh, it
Wow.
is, isn't it?
That's all correct back there too.
it from the outside.
You want some help with that?
Well, there's two bars there, one on top, Troy.
You want me
Got
to
the
pull
one on
that?
top here.
Let me get that truck.
Oh, I see this one down here.
Yeah. Yeah, screw it. Just screw one end of it, push the door open. But I don't know if you can.
Well, that's been a long time since that thing's been open.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to be able to do it right now.
Excuse me, you're having a slide by here.
Maybe we'll have to tentatively pick on a nice day or something like that. Like the next nice day, we'll tentatively have make sure that we have.
What year's the tow truck?
We're trying to figure it out. I think it's 1917.
1917 Model A.
No, they're all T's.
Oh, they're all T's.
A's didn't start until like 29?
Oh, that's right. They did it backwards. I'm not
Yeah.
a big
Yeah.
Ford aficionado.
But see, I was telling you about it's got the dual transmissions or whatever.
Okay, so what is that, like a splitter?
I have no idea.
Or is
Ron could tell you about that a little bit more.
Okay, George got board stuff against it, Trina.
No, he's
That's
asking
pretty
about
cool.
the transmission and
I'll
the.
tell Troy that.
Yeah. Rod,
So he didn't try and open the door.
Oh, we're not going to bother with
Okay.
that today. Yeah.
okay, on this,
Blue.
what, okay, is this a dual transmission or is this what?
No, probably just the shifter. And, I don't know if one of them's emergency.
One of them
brake.
might be a brake. Yeah.
Brake's right here with the handle right here. The close,
Right
right,
there.
there you
Yeah,
go. That's
that's
emergency
the
brake
brake.
there.
They're driven completely different than nowadays cars.
Yeah,
you
that
know.
emergency brake has to be in a certain area
Wow.
before you can shift the car. That's
That's
the way
pretty cool.
That's the way they did them. And they didn't have. They had emergency brakes that went around the drive line. Didn't go around the brake shoes. You know, a lot of them run around the driveline, you know.
I have old like 55 to 59 Chevy and GMC trucks, and a lot of them have that brake, and it just clamps down on a drum on the back of the transmission.
Yeah,
where the
exactly.
Somebody was up there looking at
We've got an
parts
extra
or...
frame over here.
What's that?
There's an extra frame. Was he getting ready to build
Yeah.
another one? I see.
More than likely, yes, he was.
Parts.
Well, we've got there's a whole parts house that's,
Where did that come from?
that's my ladder. Eric had it up there. He was looking at all that old fishing
that's right.
equipment and some parts and stuff.
Oh
up
yeah,
there.
he's got stuff stashed up there too.
Yeah, I mean, like we've got, like
There's a whole
lamps
building
and
over here.
side lamps
It's
and
full of parts. And
Yeah.
the building behind the machine shop is full of parts. And
I guess like these big headlight things and stuff like that are pretty worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
All the parts,
Yeah.
especially original.
we sold
Yeah.
a pair of them for $500.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. He had just restored them, and we sold them for $250 a piece. So.
now, aftermarket, you can get almost anybody to make something for these keys.
Yeah, but they're only original ones.
But to have the original ones
I'll take that
makes a
out of here.
huge difference.
Yeah.
You know,
Is this
in some parts there is no more original ones, so you have to have the aftermarket taken care of.
Those auxiliary fog lights.
Yeah.
Oh, and, let me get that for you.
Yeah, that's
Here.
beautiful.
No, I just want to get it out of here.
I know it.
I wonder if under that paint this is brass. These things.
No, these here, a lot of them were, but these here on this car, this 18, they weren't brass. They were just this black like this here. This is the 18. It didn't have no starter. This
Yeah.
was all hand cranked.
Yeah.
And he left it that way. The only addition he made on his cars, that you have to keep this still, was that he put on all these keys. He put a choke here, so that when you're out there hand cranking it, you can pull.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, put a choke on. They didn't have those, but he
Yeah.
put those on for a choke. Sure makes it a lot easier when you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
Choke's up there on the steering column.
less DUIs though in those days.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't get it started if you had too many drinks.
Can I just look at this a little bit?
Yeah, he was getting ready to build something else because he's got all the wheels painted the same color as the frame.
Yeah, they for our rents have been paying for a while.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff, it wasn't.
That looks a little newer to me, though. Those wheels look like they might be off like something newer, maybe even up to 32 or
His
something.
dad told me a story once about this these side lamps over here. Back in the day was when you'd have the car running and you'd come to a stop. The headlamps would go. It was run on a magneto or whatever, and the headlamps would get really, really dull. Okay, so these were kerosene lamps.
Yeah.
Okay, and you had to light the kerosene lamps on the side. So when you came to a stop, that would
People could
take
still
over.
see you and
Right.
stuff. He's got
And
a
I
whole
guess-
bunch of them up here, too.
Right. And I guess his grandfather was like only 2 blocks away from his own home one time. Said, hell, I'm not going to light the lamps on the side. And of course he gets a ticket from Johnny Law 2 blocks away from home because he didn't light his kerosene lamps. But
Never failed.
yeah, kind of interesting little
Yeah.
tidbit though.
Right here, that rear end is racing 500.
Yeah? This is neat, too. How he's got these drivetrains all set up.
On this car here, the street
Yeah,
all
there's
rental
a lot
stuff.
here.
The engine, everything. The guy that came out and did some evaluating to tell us what we had here, just said he was really glad.
This one's probably worth a ton of money.
Well, he said the tires themselves with the rims on them like this here, they're $1,000 a piece.
I believe it.
I said, well, gee, Christmas, maybe we just part it out.
Yeah, because
That's what they were telling us almost to do with this particular thing. I hate to take it
No,
apart. No,
no.
I don't want to take it apart.
you would want to take this to
No.
an auction.
You know, there's somebody out there that wants
Yeah.
to buy this car like it is.
Well, if you took it to one of the big auctions, they would market it to the people that would appreciate this and want it in one piece.
You gotta hear this thing run.
It'd be a shame to take it apart.
You need your earplugs.
Yeah, pretty loud.
Yeah, it gets a little loud, yeah. I went down Barber Boulevard about 50 miles an hour with him in it.
Yeah,
You and Joe just
Yeah.
I bet you get a lot of Lex cruising down the road in this.
Oh, heck
You
yeah.
hear the distance, the rear end stuff was in the 500 stuff like that. They qualified at just under 100 miles an hour that year.
Wow.
Can you imagine going down those cobblestone straightaways in Indianapolis, 100 miles an hour in this thing?
Oh,
Dear
man.
Lord Almighty.
Yeah,
Of course, you had to have your mechanic road with you.
yeah.
him and I were in Betsy Sue one time. We belonged to the Rose City Model T Club, and we'd go down to Rockaway Beach once a year. They all go down there and meet. The club meets, and then they go on these big tours and stuff. And he was having a little bit of trouble with the radiator that year, or something had a little leak or something. And
Oh, boy.
he put this stuff that he always swore that he would never use. It's called bars. It's bars,
Stop leak.
bars leak, stop leak stuff. And he put it in there anyway. And but him and I were a little bit late for the tour. You know, they didn't want to wait on us, so we said, hell, just go without us. And him and I decided to take our own little tour, and we took off from Rockaway towards Tillamook, and it started kind of getting a little bit hot on him, and then all of a sudden it starts foaming out of the thing, and it's got like this rust color to the foam, and I had a bandana on my head, and he's like, they call these dog bones, okay, and that's what like the 18 in there has got one of the fanciest dog bones. Like when we park them at nighttime, we take them off because people would love to steal them. They're worth like a lot of money, but it's the radiator though. And anyway, this rust foam is starting to pour out the thing, so he gets me to take off my bandana, and I tied the bandana around the thing, and it still got foam coming out. It was so funny. The whole thing was covered with these big puffy balls of this foam, and we finally get to a gas station. We offered the kids, they didn't want to take any money from us, but we offered them $10 because we covered their whole lot with this rust foam, and we got it all flushed out and everything, and then it just worked great after that. You know, we flushed the whole thing out and covered the whole lot, but him and I were completely covered. We looked like we had tans, like red tans though, because we had this rust foam all over us, but it was kind of funny though. But then it ran just great after that, and had no more problems with it. And but it was kind of funny though.
That's why we won World War I, so you get them all to run on almost anything.
Yeah, I've heard that about them.
Oh, boy.
They can be really temperamental, but if everything's just right, they'll just go.
They find anything in a barn that'll make a Model T run.
Yeah.
That's what he used to say, like that you could park it at nighttime, and the next morning you'd come, it'd be running just great, and the next morning you'd come out and you'd have to tune the whole thing up again. You know, I mean, it'd be like completely out of tune, but yeah, like you just said, you know, they were temperamental, I guess.
What about this guy over here? What can you tell me about that?
It's 15?
1915?
1915.
It's like a Beverly Hills.
And I don't know, it was just like the last one that he got
It's kinda cool.
restored. It hasn't. It's all there, it just hasn't been restored yet.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though the wood, some of the wood on these like this?
Oh, no,
These parts are almost 100 years old now, you know?
Yeah.
And to even have part of the wood on is just amazing.
Yeah.
To me, you know.
Well, those got
There's
snatched
another-
up, and everyone made Model T buckets out of them and just used that center part and hot rod them. Is it
Sure.
missing the door on the other side, or is it over there?
No,
I don't know. You might
There's parts and stuff. There's the back behind that the main shop right there is a lean-to on the back side of the shop there. With just last time I looked down there was just some massive parts.
Yeah, there's body parts that it goes the whole length of this building over here.
And that's a whole nother tub. Well, there's a door right there.
Yeah.
That probably fits right on there.
Yes, it does.
more than likely it does.
Yeah,
But
that's
I mean,
that's a touring body right there.
it sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He forgot more than most people ever know, and some of this stuff he had to, double check himself and stuff on. I mean, when you start to look at the amount of stuff that's here,
Yeah.
I mean, it's mind-boggling. Just mind-boggling.
You spend a lot of time looking for this stuff.
Christmas. Just a whole bunch of it.
Everything was left to Rod from his father, but we were kind of going through a family battle type thing there for a while, and so everything was locked up for over a year. That's a big parts house in there. I took you in there, but we haven't. We've just started cutting everything back and getting it, to where you could get into it again.
Yeah.
This is the big baseball stone.
My toy was saying it runs the whole length of this, and it's about 6 feet wide. Down at
Just
the
lean to like this.
at the end there, you can
and you
kind of
can't
see
get
it.
at it
And
yet.
Well, we had to chop the berries and stuff back there. It's usually it's this cleaned all the way back. We're just, like I said, it's just it's got to get hacked through this
It's
stuff here. So.
full of
it is a GMC.
like body parts, complete body parts.
What year is this?
That.
Rod.
Ron, what year is the GMC here?
This is like a.
It runs excellent.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, they just
I've
cover,
I've heard it roar up. Yeah.
The only thing you need to
See, this is what I collect. Old GMC trucks. Yeah, I've got like 22 of them.
this thing here, Dad bought this thing here. He said, but this thing would be perfect for some guy that's got a yard.
900.
He's got a yard that he can cut. This was for logging.
Yeah.
And then you can cut this bed off, put a fifth wheel on there, and it'd be perfect in a yard somewhere. We've got to move trailers around and stuff like that. Or an emergency
So there's a
backup.
boom, system and stuff laying right there. We got to get all
Yeah.
this cleaned up. Just
I have a
it's gonna-
1955 GMC tow truck
Oh, do you?
that I just bought. Well, I bought it a few months ago. I just got it running, and I use it out at my yard to move things around.
Oh, do
and
you?
stuff.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
But I am a GMC-aholic.
Yeah.
well, this thing here, like I said, oh, the door's open there. Oh, I was in there the other day. Shit, I didn't get it closed up. It runs excellent. And it doesn't take all that much to get it running either. I mean, when you
I saw Kenny and your dad get that thing running in about 15.
Look at that
Yeah.
GMC tag on the dash over there.
yeah, we got to hook some batteries up in series, but 3 12-volt batteries in series will get it running.
So, what kind of trucks do you have? What kind of?
I have 1955 to 1959 Chevy and GMC trucks.